what's up, everybody? I'm Cassie from Ground Up Fitness, and today we're going to do a follow along at home or gym dumbbell only quads routine. So, the first leg day of this block was focused on glutes and hamstrings, and so this one's going to be focused on our quads, which are here in the front of our legs. So, through all of our mind muscle connection exercises, we want to look for the point where your quad is the longest, largest, most elongated, and then oppositely the point where it's the most contracted, the shortest the muscle can be. So that mind muscle connection is going to be here in the front of your leg between a long quad and a short quad. We're going to warm up and then we'll get started. Let me know if you have any questions. Go ahead and subscribe and let's do it. Okay, so we're going to find something to lean up against and we're going to warm up our hips through dynamic warm-ups. We're going to do 10 on each side. I'm leaned into the wall here so that I'm not testing my balance. Both knees slightly bent, and I'm looking for the point where I can open my hip up the most and then close. We're going to do 10, 9, 10, and then switch sides. 5, 6, keeping my torso really still. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're going to do swings, opening up our hips from the front and the back. Here, hamstring stretch. Here, hips, hamstrings, hips. I've got my foot flexed up towards me. 5, my torso is staying really still. 7, 8, 9, 10. On the other side, we're not doing any static stretching during these warm-ups. Static stretching happens at the end, and these dynamic warm-ups happen at the beginning of your workout to find the range of motion or your personal mobility. So if anything feels weird during your warm-up, use that as a moment to either readjust what you're going to do or just be really aware of which movements will make you uncomfortable, right? Let's do some of the squat warm-ups. So we're going to bring our hands all the way up over our head, squat down as far as you can go with your hands up over your head, hands to the floor, stand up, hamstring stretch, and then up. Hands up, squat, hands to the floor, push your hips up, head stays down, and then hamstring stretch. Let's do 4 more of those. Hands up, hips, and up. 3 more. Hands up, squat, hips up, and hamstrings. 2 more. Straight from the side. Hands up, squat, keeping my back straight. Hands to the floor. Push my hips up. 1 more time. Up, squat, hands, and push. All right, we're going to get started. I'm going to do a demo at the beginning of each of the new exercises. So take a moment, watch what I'm doing if you don't know how to do it, or just remind yourself. And then after that, we'll start counting the reps together. The first exercise we're going to do is a pistol squat, which is a squat on one leg from a standing position to the floor and then pushing back up. But this is going to be a regression. I'll show you a couple different versions of this and then you can decide which one is best for you. So for everybody, depending or no matter how high your level is, even if you have a full pistol squat, you want to start warming up your ankles and your balance and the range of motion before you actually go in. So this is a demo. You're going to start on the bench and I'm up on the edge of the bench. I'm going to work my left leg first so that the working leg is going to stay on the floor with your heel directly under your knee. I don't want you here. You're going to be here so that most of the weight and the driving force is happening through your heel and the ball of your foot. So from here, there's 2 options. You can either put your heel on the floor, hands up, stand up, hips hinge back, elongate my quad to sit back down. My quad shortens and squeezes here and elongates as my hip pushes back towards the bench. If that feels easy and doable, you can challenge yourself by lifting your non-active leg up off the floor, stand up, and hinge back. You can see my knee wobbling around all over. Obviously, this is not easy, and it's okay if balance is something that's lacking in your ankle or your knee or your hip, but work on it and you'll get it. The goal is to not let your knee bend in and to stay really strong through your heel, knee, hips on the working leg. If neither of those are doable, you can hold a broomstick or set yourself up next to something else so that you have a third point of balance or support. And then after this set, we'll show progression for the same exercise. Ghosty, say hi to everybody. Say hi. No? Okay. So we're going to start with the left leg. If after doing both legs you feel like one leg is stronger than the other, feel free and start on the leg that needs the most work. So for me, my left leg is less strong in this, so I'm going to start on that side. Hands go up, and I stand up, find a full balance here, send my hips back, and sit down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to really focus on controlling the sit back. Obviously, we stand up with power, 6, but I want the sit back to be controlled so that you're not dumping all your weight immediately back into the bench. 7, 1 more, 8. So if you're doing this balancing version, if you need to, put it down, get back into your balance instead of like fighting like this. Just tap, grab your balance back, and switch. So now on the other side, I'm going to start seated, get my spacing, foot right under my knee, torso sat straight up. 1, 2, 3. If this isn't accessible, like I said, you're going to put your heel on the floor and leave it there for a B stance. Just making sure that most of your weight is staying in the working leg. 2 more. I'm going to lift this leg back up. 7. 1 more. 8. All right, we're going to rest a minute and a half, and then we're going to do another set. These are 4 rounds of 6 to 8 reps on either side. We're going to do our second set. Like I said, if either of those 2 variations that I showed, that I demonstrated earlier, the B stance or the floating foot, aren't accessible, grab onto something and you're going to hold it on the side of your body that is on the opposite side of where you're working so that you're getting a point of balance from the working foot and also from your hand with the broomstick. Having it here is going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to want to, excuse me, sir, you're going to want to push into the working side and you want to kind of work on keeping everything square and balanced forward. So the side that needs the most work goes first. Stand up, push into the ball of my foot and my heel. I want to keep my toes really kind of out of this. Obviously, your toes are helpful with balance, but I don't want to push so far into my foot that the weight is in my toes and not in my heels. 4, 5. You can also, another regression of this would be to like set up in front of a couch or a barbell or something that you could, lean into and use to slow yourself down. 7, one more. And 8. Switch sides. Start from seated so that you can line up your heel to your knee. Well, 1. Slow and controlled on the way down. That was kind of garbage. 2. For this routine, you also want to wear flat shoes. Like these shoes don't have my heel sitting up higher than my ball of my foot. And also, it's not really squishy, which makes balance hard. The sole of the shoe is really firm. Let's do 2 more. Slow and controlled on the way down. 1 more. So while we rest, I'm going to talk a little bit. Catch my breath really quick. We want external rotation. And if you're not new here, you know what that means. But for those who don't, here is me standing kind of normal. If I intentionally externally rotate everything out, I push my weight into my pinky toes. I feel an activation in my glutes and my hamstrings, and my knees push out to line up, ideally with my ankles and my hips, right? This is me just standing kind of normal, which is a bit garbage. And then if I externally rotate everything out, my pinky toes on the floor, my knee pushes out, my hip pushes out, and everything is mobilized. So the external rotation does this, pushes your pinky toe into the floor and keeps everything in line and safe during quad dominant moves so that your knee doesn't fall in or fall hecka forward and put stress on all the ligaments and tendons that we have in our knees. So if you hear me say focus on external rotation, it's this opening out. Set number 3 of 4. Get sat up on the bench. Get my knee right underneath my foot right underneath my knee. Option 1, option 2, option 3 with a broomstick here, like handoff. Okay. If not, I'm going to go here. Stand up. 1. I didn't explain this pumping of the arms until right now, but this is helpful for keeping your balance and getting a little bit of impulse. That's helpful with the move. So that external rotation that I was talking about is happening here by when I stand up, keeping my pinky toe pushed into the floor and not letting my knee fall inwards, which is a sign of or a symptom of the arch of my foot breaking, which is not good for balance. Oh my God, these dogs are killing me. Move. Go. Gracias. 7. 1 more. And 8. Good. Switch sides. One. If you're doing this, decide to do this balancing version. If you lose your balance, like I said, just tap and catch it and then lift your foot back up instead of trying to fight for the balance for hecka long. 5. 6. 7. 1 more. 8. All right, we're going to take a minute and a half and then do the last. Set number 3 of 4. Get sat up on the bench. Get my knee right underneath my foot right underneath my knee. Option 1, Option 2, option 3 with a broomstick here, like stand off. Okay. If not, I'm going to go here, stand up. 1. I didn't explain this pumping of the arms until right now, but this is helpful for keeping your balance and getting a little bit of impulse. That's helpful with the move. So that external rotation that I was talking about is happening here by when I stand up, keeping my pinky toe pushed into the floor and not letting my knee fall inwards, which is a sign of, or a symptom of, the arch of my foot breaking, which is not good for balance. Oh my God, these dogs are killing me. Move, go. Gracias. 7, 1 more. And 8, good. Switch sides. 1. If you're doing this, decide to do this balancing version. If you lose your balance, like I said, just tap and catch it and then lift your foot back up instead of trying to fight for the balance for heck along. 5. 6. 7. 1 more. 8. All right, we're going to take a minute and a half and then do the last set. Hands go up. And I stand up, find a full balance here, send my hips back, and sit down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. I want you to really focus on controlling the sit back. Obviously, we stand up with power. 6, but I want the sit back to be controlled so that you're not dumping all your weight immediately back into the bench. 7. 1 more. 8. So if you're doing this balancing version, if you need to, put it down, get back into your balance instead of like fighting like this. Just tap, grab your balance back, and switch. So now on the other side, I'm going to start seated, get my spacing, foot right under my knee, torso sat straight up. 1, 2, 3. If this isn't accessible, like I said, you're going to put your heel on the floor and leave it there for a B stance. Just making sure that most of your weight is staying in the working leg. 2 more. I'm going to lift this leg back up. 7. 1 more. 8. For this next exercise, you're going to need a pair of dumbbells on the floor so that you are able to stand on them and lift your heels up off the floor. If you don't have that, you can stand on a disc, or you can put like some books on the floor as long as both heels are up at the same height. And we need 2 different size dumbbells. I've got a 50-pound and a 32.5-pound, something like that. And this is going to be a drop set. So we're going to do some reps with the heavy one and then some reps with the light one. And then that'll be one set. So this is the demo. So for the heels elevated goblet squat, heels are elevated, obviously. I want your feet right under your knees, not too far open. And we're going to start with the heavier dumbbell and then finish with the lighter one. We're going to have our hands holding the dumbbell underhand. And this first up is going to count as my first rep because why wouldn't it? This weighs 50 pounds. So I'm bringing my hands under the dumbbell, resting it on my chest, opening my knees up to my feet. Stand up, 1. Chest up, 2. Keeping my knees soft at the top of the squat, all the way down. Push up, 3. 4. I guess I'm going, huh? Go ahead and start when you're ready. 5. Strong abs. Push. And we're doing 8 of these. That's my 7. And 8. Go ahead and put that down. Grab the next lighter one. And 8. Breathe in. Hold it all the way down. Exhale on the way up. Push. 1. 2. 3. I don't want my knees to close in. Keep them right over top of my heels. 5. Strong abs. 6. 7. One more. Push. 8. All right, so some tips for this one are to imagine that you have a string at the top of your head and you're going to go straight down and straight up. You don't want to lean forward. That's not an availability. Hang on, catch my breath. Other things to look out for is that when you're at the top of your squat, you're not locking out your knees, keeping them soft. And at the bottom of the squat, your back straight, and you're at the very bottom of your squat. You don't want to be here. You want to be all the way down. This is the full elongation of your quads. And when you stand up, squeeze. Set 2 of 4. This is a heels elevated goblet squat drop set, doing 4 sets of 8 and 8. If the weights that you choose, you're not able to do 8, or you are able to do 10 and 6 or something like that for the weights that you have at home, that's okay. These rep ranges aren't set in stone, but we'll do our best, right? So I'm going to start with the heaviest weight. This one's 50 pounds. Got my hands underneath. Open my knees up. Push. 1. 2. My elbows come really close to my knees. My butt drops. 3. Exhale as you stand up. 4. Breathe in. 5. 6. Long quads. Squeeze. 7. Push. 8. Other side. Hi. Breathe in. 1. 2. 3. 4. Chest up. Back straight. 5. Push up, not forward. 6. Up, not forward. 7. One more. 8, minute and a half. We're going to show this one from the front angle so that you can see what's happening with my knees, and better, more valuable is what's not happening with my knees. So you want them to stay straight and not fall in like this. Third set. This is counting as a rep. Push. 1, 2. I'm also not bouncing out of my knees. I haven't mentioned that yet. I stay and then push. Eccentric, pause, concentric. Eccentric, pause, iso, push, concentric. 5, 6, 7, pushing up, not forward. 8, switch weights. Oh, that shit's heavy. Straight down, straight up. 1, long quads, short quads. 6, 7, 8. Minute and a half, and we're gonna do that one more time. All right, so we had a costume change because this is a different day. All the footage that I had filmed, that I thought I filmed, didn't film. So here we are. This is our 4th set of Goblet squats, heels elevated. I'm using a 50-pound dumbbell and a 12.5 kilo, which is like 25, 26, 27 pounds. 8 and 8. Here we go. Last step. Push up. Straight down, straight up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 7, 8. Put this down. Grab the lighter weight. Immediately into your drop set. Oy. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, support. Breathe out on the way up. 6, 7, 8. All right, we're gonna rest and then move on. For the next exercise, you're gonna need a pair of dumbbells, and we're gonna be in a B stance. So that means working one leg at a time. This leg is my working leg in this demo. A B stance has your non-working leg or your support leg at the angle or the, same line as your ankle. From here, it looks like this. It's a small step, and my knees maintain in the same line, and my toes on my supporting leg are right about at my heels, right? You don't want to take too big of a step. You don't want to transfer your weight into that back foot. The goal is to keep as much weight as possible in that front foot, and the B stance is less than most people think. Stance squat looks like this. I'm going to stay sat really straight up so that it's in my quads. If I was bent over, it would be more glute focused, but I'm going to stay straight up. So that's important. Bring my left foot into my B stance. And then from here, I'm going to sit down and stand up like I'm picking up suitcases off the floor. My chest and my head stay straight up. The weights are at my sides. I'm not bent over at all. Straight down. Push up like you're picking suitcases up off the ground. We're going to do 8 on each side. Let's get started. I'm using 25s. Set up my V stance. I don't say this often, but for this exercise, it's okay if your front knee passes over your foot. The goal is to elongate my standing leg, the quad, as long as possible. 5. This is the same motion, like you have a string on the top of your head and you just want to go straight down. 7. 8. Switch sides. V stance. My heel. My support foot lining up with my heel. Straight down. Drop the booty. Stand straight up. 3. Avoid leaning over. I'm looking forward, chin up so that I don't lean over. 5. At the bottom of this, I'm like sat down. I don't want you to be holding your weight there. 6. Push. 7. Push. 8. Awesome. So we're going to do 4 or 3 by 8 on each side. I don't remember. Let me check, but we're going to rest for a minute and a half. Our breath and how we're breathing is really important in our squats. So today or in the past, you may have heard me use cues like breathe in, fill your internal core, right, with air, push out with that air to make a breath belt, and then go down in your squat and exhale that air out. Big exhale on the way up. right? Some people use the cue of pretending like you're going underwater. Breathe in, go under the water, and then exhale when your head goes back above that water, right? But what that does is keeps our abs, our internal organs, and our low back really safe throughout the whole squat. But as things get difficult and kind of cardio-y, and it gets hard to breathe and do all of that at once, it's hard to kind of sync up our breath with the reps in a way that is the most effective. So it's okay if you need to stop for a couple seconds, get your breath back so that you're able to sync that breath belt with your actual reps. And that'll keep your squats more effective and nice and safe. The more you know. Okay, second set. These are 3 sets. We don't have to do 4 of these. So, V stance. Straight up and down. Breathe in. Straight to the floor. Moment of stillness and push straight up. Down. Moment of stillness. Push up. 3. And I'm never putting my heel down on my back foot. Staying as light on that back foot as possible. 6. Straight up and down. 7, so that it's in the quad and not in your glute. And 8, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. 7, 8. All right, minute and a half rest, and we'll do the last set of these. Okay, this is our last set of V stance dumbbell squats. Got my weights kind of slightly angled down because it just feels more comfortable on my wrists, but however you feel comfortable holding them. 2, 3, straight down, straight up. 5, 6, 7. Switch sides. Should be feeling this on the quad, on the front leg. The back leg is just a kickstand. Straight down, straight up, chest up, chin up. 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, straight up, 8. Whew. All right, next exercise. We're going to finish with some resistance work. So we're going to do a combo of some iso squats, some wall squats, and some jump squats. If you're not able to do jump squats, I'm going to show you some variations that you should be able to do. But first, we are going to bring our feet about slightly wider than hips width apart. Our hands are going to go up and we're going to go down into our squat, and we are going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to stand up. We're going to take a big deep breath in. And we're going to go back down in our squat for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Breathe in. Down for 8. Got my hips low, about 90 degrees between my hips, my knees, my ankles. 3, 2, 1, and up. Breathe in. Down for 7, 6, 5, 4. Lean your weight back so it's in your heels. Strong abs. 2, 1, up. Straight from the side. Breathe in. Squat for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 3, 2, 1. Up. Down for 2, 1. And down for 1 second and up. We're immediately going to go into a wall sit. So you need a wall. If you need to pause the video and find some place to do that, that's fine. I'm going to use this wall right here. The goal is to have your feet under your knees and your hips in line with your knees. So I'm sitting in an invisible chair. I can put my hands anywhere. Go ahead and get started. Put my hands anywhere except for down on my legs. I can put them on my tummy, on my head. I can hold them forward, whatever you want. My feet are kind of slipping, but we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. We're going to breathe and push our low back into the wall. You don't want any of your back to come up off the wall. That's where your support is. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push on up, and we're going to go into 10 jump squats or 10 explosive calf raises. So the jump squat is this, and the explosive calf raise is down and up if you don't want to take any impact on your knees. Okay, here we go. 15 of these. And soft. 9, 11, just up. 13, 14. Okay, that was one of those. We're going to do that one more time, and then we'll be done with our routine and we'll cool down. last set, superset, it is the ISO squat where we go last set of the superset. We're only going to do 2 of these. We're doing a ISO squat. So that's just the bottom of the squat. We're going to stay there still 10 seconds, working our way down, and then 30 seconds of wall sit, and then 15 jump squats or explosive calf raises. One more of these, and then we'll do our cool down, and then we'll be all done. Just to remind you, this block of workouts is in 4 days, the split. It goes back bicep, it goes chest, shoulder, tricep, booty, hamstring, back bicep, and then this day, which is quads. So once you get through each one of these 4 days, you go back to the first one, and then you have your full body split within those 4 workouts. So we are going to open up wider than our hips width. I'll show you this kind of on an angle so you see what my squat looks like. Hands forward and down for 10 seconds. Here I've got my hips low. I'm in a 90-degree angle here. Head up, chest up, shoulder blades in their place. I'm not bent over too much. 2, 1, and up. Breathe in. We're going to go down for 9. Pull your ribs in, hips low. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, stand up, breathe in, and down for 8. If this feels easy, feel free to grab a weight and do it as a goblet squat. If you're really feeling like a badass. 2, 1, and up. We're going down for 7. Breathe in and down. 7, 2, 1, and down for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Breathe in, down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Breathe in, ribs in, down for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down for 3, 2, 1, down, 2, 1, and down. Hold it for 1 Mississippi, and up. We're going to find our wall. We're doing 30 seconds. Your quads should be burning by now. So our quads have 4 heads to the full muscle, and that's why there's so many exercises you can do to hit different parts of your quads. That's called a quadricep. Oh my gosh. Whew, my legs are definitely burning. I'm pushing my lower back into the wall, giving it all I've got for 10, 9, 8, 7, make it look easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. Oh man. Yeah, all through here is burning. Bernie Sanders. Okay, let's go. 15 jump squats or explosive calf raises. Hands up, squat, 1. Try to land soft. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, that was that. My legs are a bit fried. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna stretch out so that our heart slows down. We can stretch out our quads a little bit, find a place to get some support. Pull your leg back. The quad stretch we all did at soccer camp, except we want to try to keep our knees together. I don't think they ever told me this in soccer camp. Knees together, the quad connects up here and down there to be big. And so you want to pull the muscle straight down instead of back like this. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Knees together. Pull your ankle in towards your butt. If you want more stretch, pull your knee back while you pull your hand to your butt, and think about pulling everything downwards so that we're elongating the quad. 3, 2, 1. Do that again. Our heart's slowing down at this point. You never really want to stop just dead stop after a workout because your heart rate should be a little bit elevated and you want to bring it down gradually. That's the most gentle for your heart health. The next stretch I'm going to show you is pretty intense. So start at your level, but we're going to use a mat and a wall, or a mat and like the back of a couch. I'm going to show you. Okay. Come down onto this mat, kneeling. You want your mat pretty backed up against the wall because my knee ideally is going to get as close as I can get it to the wall. I'll show you on this side first so you see what's happening. I'm going to pull my heel into my butt and get it as close to the wall as possible. Bring my hands down onto the floor and then come into a lunge position and then push back. Stretch here. In this lunge position, you want your foot under your knee. You want to sit up as straight as possible. If I were to make this more difficult, what I would do is push my knee all the way up against the wall and then try to stand up. And that is spicy McSpicy pants. This is really spicy. Ooh, we're going to hold it for 10, 9. So you can play with how spicy it is by how close your knee is to the wall because that determines how elongated your quad is. 3, 2, 1, and to come out of it, bring your hands back down to the floor. Knees both down to the floor, and then I'm going to switch. So I'm going to bring my left knee now as close to the wall as possible. Checking to see that I'm still on the mat. Pop into this front lunge position. Oh, sweet Mary Mother. Oh my God. Okay. There it is. 9, 8, 7, 6. Calm my mind. Make it look easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Okay. Trying to make it look easy, but I don't think I'm doing a good job. So we're going to open our legs. Try to calm your breath down. Take these glasses off. Relax your head. Let your hands hang. We're going to bring our hands to one side. Feel the stretch through your hamstring and your calf because of the jumping part or the calf raise part. It's good to stretch the calf. Walk your hands to the other side. Let your head be heavy. And walk my hands into the middle, and I'm going to reach backwards. And I'm going to show you this from the side. When you're in this position, I want you to drop your hips down and push your knees open. Stay here as long as you can. If you can't hang anymore, come back up. Take a deep breath in. Knees to the inside of your elbows to the inside of your knees, rather. Drop your butt, push open, and hang out for as long as you can. If you can't hang out anymore, hands back down, push up. One more time, breathe in. Elbows to the inside of your knees. Drop the booty, push your hips and knees open. And up. All right, that is our quad workout. Let me know if you have any questions. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment and let me know how you thought the workout was. If you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see in future workouts, I'm open to it, and I'll see you soon. Peace.